Hello guys, and welcome to the first of two videos today. In this video I'm going to solely be focusing on tropical depression Megi here that is really just still dumping copious amounts of rain on the Philippines. Now, the ATCF has this as remnants, but the other agencies still has this as a tropical depression. So this is why we're going to be talking about this still, and probably for the next day or two to come, because I want to see that you guys get this information if you guys are not too flooded out in order to stay ahead of the system. So, like I said, this is probably going to be a brief video to go over some rainfall totals that are still to come, maybe as we head out through the next day or two, or maybe three. Who knows? We're just going to have to see for ourselves a little bit here in a bit. As you can see, some of these locations are just seeing like these cloud tops just training over the same areas, and those cold cloud tops do have decent amounts of rain to them. So these areas are seeing some very heavy downpours. You guys are probably going to get gusty winds, but that's probably the least of you guys' worries right now in some of the major flooded areas in the Philippines. And this is expected to continue probably for the next couple of days as what is left of Megi, slowly turns a bend and heads straight back to the east, the east as we head out through time. All right, so now we're going to take a look at the GFS. This was initialized at 6C today, and you can see here these reds here and yellows in the Philippines. That is where what is left of Megi is at, and you can see that it's still there come 30 hours from now. So you're still looking at another day and a half worth of rain here until Malacus. Malacus. I keep saying that name wrong for whatever reason, but Malacus, absorbs what is left of Megi and just becomes one with it. So now what we're going to do here is we're going to take a look at the total accumulated precipitation here. And, it's sad to see that we're still looking anywhere from 300 to 450 millimeters of rain in some locations. And like I've said, some of these locations have picked up weeks worth of rain in only just a couple of days. So, on top of what you already had, you're looking at a possible 10 to 15 more inches on top of that. So, it's really bad. I've seen the pictures of the Philippines in some of the flooded areas, and that's pretty extreme flooding that's going on right now in some of these locations. You got to feel really bad for them. And that's we've said this here before. It doesn't matter if it's a tropical wave, a tropical depression, or a weak tropical storm. You get a storm that moves very slowly, and you're looking at a problem with the flooding rains and whatnot. So a prime example of this is in the Atlantic. I believe it was 2001 when we had the tropical storm Allison move into Houston and just dump buckets and buckets of rain on that area for days. And that's what we're seeing here in the Philippines in the year of 2022 with tropical depression, tropical storm Megi, as it starts to wind down and starts to head east. All right, so here we are. We're going to take a look at the European here. This is 6C. And you can see that it pretty much paints the same scenario as the GFS. It looks like heavy rains for about a day and a half before it starts to, become a much normal weather pattern for the Philippines. It looks like Malacus is going to absorb this one too on the European. So, you got about just under 2 more days worth of rain still. And then you guys could probably, hopefully, go back to a little bit of a normal weather pattern in the Philippines. But you can see here, it's not as much as the GFS, but you can see that there's some oranges popping up in some locations. So you're looking at anywhere from 100 to maybe 250 millimeters of rain, at least on the European, which obviously, with the amount of rain that has fallen so far, that's any amount of rain is going to cause problems. So, whether you're looking at the GFS and you're looking at 300 to 500 millimeters of rain, or you're looking at the European about 25, 100 to like 250, you're going to have problems either way. So, with that being said, people in the Philippines, I hope you guys are able to tune in, see what the updates that I'm giving. Stay safe. Turn around, don't drown, all of that good stuff. Anyways, a little bit later, I'm going to have an update on what is now Typhoon Malachus. So until then, I want to thank you guys for watching. Please stay safe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a nice day.